Hey, Kirsten.
Hello.
Well, today, everybody, we're going to start a series of videos on the conditionals in the English language. Kirsten, do your students have trouble with conditionals at all?
Oh, yeah, I think it's one of the most difficult things to learn and to teach in the English language because we have very specific grammar, how to use it, and then also how to form it. Uh, it's it's a tricky one. So we're going to give you some real life examples. We'll try to fit as many conditionals into this short conversation and see if you guys can hear them.
Right, and then count how many conditionals you hear. So, but it is a very difficult concept for a lot of people. We don't have a conditional tense in English, so we
Yeah.
kind of have to build them. And in some ways, as I'm sure you know, they don't always make 100% logical sense to a lot of students. So,
Right. Not to mention we have different types of conditionals for different situations, which is very fun.
right, right. And then we'll get into some of those details, later on in this series. So, for now, we're just gonna have a little conversation here, and just make a note of what you hear and how many conditionals you hear. You know.
Right. Yes, so John, it's been a little while since we've met last. We had been doing our sessions here maybe once a week, but we've fallen off a little bit. So I want to do a little catch up with you.
Right.
So these days, what do you do when you have free time?
Well, Kirsten, one of the reasons I'm in New York now, and I'll be here for a while, is I'm helping my mother out with some things. So when I have free time, I come over to my mother's place.
Oh, that's really
So
good.
yeah. So what are you up to these days?
So when I have free time, I like to travel these days because I got the
Ooh,
vaccine. And finally, I can travel, so I've been taking advantage of that. So when I have free time, I try to travel.
I gotcha. So I mean, with Memorial Day weekend coming up, um, do you have any plans?
So if the weather is nice, I'm going to take my brother around Koreatown in downtown. My brother's
Mm.
coming to visit. So if the weather's nice this Memorial Day weekend, I will take him on a little tour of the neighborhood. How
All
about you?
right. In my case, we're not really sure what the weather will look like this weekend, but if I get a nice day, I'm going to go up the Hudson River, um, for just to get out of the city. So if the
Uh,
weather's nice, I'm heading out of town. Absolutely.
oh, that's great. That'll be a lot of fun. So
Right.
right now I know that mostly New York is pretty open right now, but the one exception is Broadway, right?
Mm, yeah.
Uh, that's how we know we're still in a pandemic right now. um,
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
so yeah, if Broadway were open, do you think your grandmother or sorry, your mother would go if Broadway were open?
I think if Broadway were open, she would be going. Yes, absolutely. It's very interesting actually, Kirsten, is that you're starting to see signs of life. Like I see musicians walking around, and people, and you can tell they're sort of dancers. So some of that is starting to come back, but it's not with us yet. So yes, um,
Oh, that's nice. I mean, it's
yeah,
good we're starting to get back to normal a little bit, and hopefully, by the end of the year or next year, we can do the things that we used to do. Uh,
right, right, right. And in your case, I mean, what are you sort of missing in LA that you haven't been able to do, and that you might do,
mm,
if you could?
well, LA has a lot of music events, so
Hmm.
if LA were totally open, I would probably go to some concerts. There's a lot of good outdoor concerts in the spring and summer, so Yeah, if it were totally open, I would do that, but I can't, unfortunately.
It's
Yeah.
interesting that you talk about outdoors. Last weekend we had a blast of summer. I mean, it was pretty incredible. Temperatures went up, to almost 90 degrees, and that's like 33 degrees Celsius for the you guys who follow that, which is like the rest of the world. And I was kind of mad at myself because it would have been nice to get out, and if I had rented a car, since people here in New York City don't keep cars, if I had rented a car, I could have gone up to Connecticut. I could have gone out to the Long Island beaches. I mean, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't,
Didn't
unfortunately.
didn't didn't think ahead. Didn't plan well. Could have rented a car and gone out of town, but
Yeah. Well, luckily, I used to be in that same predicament, but I have a car now. It was broken. I had to take it to the shop. So, but if I hadn't taken it to the shop, I couldn't have gone on this little trip I went on this weekend. This weekend I went to Joshua Tree,
mhm.
and yeah, because I had got my car fixed like last week, then I was able to go.
Yeah. So it was possible. It was possible and doable after all. Okay. Well, good. So, everybody, how many conditionals did you think you heard? And how many types of conditionals? That's the big mystery, isn't it?
So the hint here is there are four main types.
Hmm.
There are four major types, so maybe you can catch those somewhere if you're more advanced. And the hint is also listen for ifs. So see if you can find as many as you can.
Yeah, if you heard an if, hmm, yeah, if you
Must be.
heard an if. Okay, all right. Well, the next couple of videos, we're going to go into more detail with each of the four types of conditionals. So watch this channel carefully, and we'll be back with some more information, I guess, in a couple of days.
See you guys.
All right, see ya. Bye, Kirsten. Thanks.